Welcome back, you cryptid curators, to another exciting day of Let's Playing. Last we left off, we had pretty much covered all of the basic aspects of gameplay, as well as some of the finer points of medic. Finer. Today we're going to be playing a couple games as Scout, to just kind of get a feel for how Scout is played and go over quickly just sort of the basic concept. While we're waiting for the game to load, we can go over that the Scout, as it kind of sounds in the name, is a class that functions more on mobility than any other class, although it's not quite as much as you would think. There's really only one item that the Scout can make that helps them with mobility, albeit it is a very useful item. In general, the Scout probably excels the best at just having a little bit of everything and keeping themselves safe, while also providing minor benefits to the party. They aren't really necessarily a team player. It's why you really don't want two Scouts on the team. There's not really a good benefit for having them, but one Scout is usually pretty good. As you can see, we start out with this weird Ghostbuster gizmo that lets us see into the Predator realm. Essentially what this lets us do is it lets us know when things are trapped just by looking at them. Now you see here we can look, let's get right like that. That yellow circle is a kill zone. We went over that a little bit, but now we can see it in action in first-person view. Kill zones are, as we know, just literally places that the killer can hang out and just immediately kill people. So that's benefit number one of playing a Scout. And of course those locations are revealed to your party if you are revealing them as well. Benefit number two, you can tell, well, this is still related to the original benefit, but you can tell when a killer is inside one of those kill zones. Also, these scrap locations, we are able to know whether or not the killer has trapped them with the toxic gas. The last piece, so to say, of using this gizmo, and actually it comes with a flashlight, as I'm sure you've noticed. I need to lower the gamma down because it's far too bright. Let's try that instead. It comes with a flashlight, big whoop, but more importantly, it comes with sort of a flash bang. And what we can do with this is we can blind the killer and they won't be able to see for a moment. Now I shouldn't have used it, I used it there really quickly, and what I should have done is waited until the killer was looking at us to use it, because it only works if you can hit the killer in the face. Now it looks like the killer is the Strangler. Unfortunately he was able to get the execute on, who was that there? Sam. So we weren't able to capitalize on the fact that we were all grouped up together and ready to get him. We really need to travel tightly as a group now. Otherwise we're going to get ourselves just picked off. It seems like we're kind of already headed in that direction, and it seems like perhaps this might just be a very quick game. We're going to go ahead, I know I say never to swing as, wow, there he goes. I know I say never to swing as Survivor because it doesn't really help that much, but at this point we just need to get this guy off of us, and it's not looking like it's going to happen. It's probably going to be a TPK here. Unfortunately, we were just a couple seconds away from being able to craft that adrenaline. Adrenaline is the most common and, in a way, the most useful Scout item. It's very cheap to craft. It only costs 8. Yeah, okay, he's not just going to let us walk in there and get that. Very cheap to craft, only costs 8, and upon use, heals the user 15 HP. As well as gives them infinite amount of sprint. Unfortunately, we weren't able to take a look at it here. So this is a combination of the killer capitalizing very well and being very aggressive. I don't know if this is a good killer. It's a little hard to tell simply because we didn't really get to see him do very much here. He pretty much just immediately got one of us and then picked us off one by one. Largely on the fact that we don't have an assault or anyone who can really hurt him at this time. I doubt he has much health right now. He probably has about a third of his health left, but unfortunately, that's far too much for a single survivor to be able to handle. That was a little annoying. The killer can't, or rather the killer can mess with a survivor in this manner because what's happening is Troy's constantly dropping down to 35 HP, which puts him in that dying state, or rather he's dropping down below 0, which puts him in this dying state, but then he just keeps getting back up. And of course the Strangler can just continually chain grab to reset this, effectively just keeping Troy on the ground. It's a little annoying that this wasn't really like a intentional design of the Strangler, more so that it's just the way the mechanics interact. Troy, I'm sure, would rather just die at this point. The game's over. There's no real reason for us to keep on playing here. You say that, but then the Strangler dies. I'm gonna laugh if we actually pull this back after this guy was messing around like that for so long. We'll give it our best shot. There's only 3 of us. We still have all 5 people in the game, which is nice. There's just a good chance, though, that even with 3 of us, this guy is... Well, no, because you can't really play the Strangler again for a little while. So we have an opportunity to come back.
I'll help you. Don't worry.
Arguably, he just should have ended it when he was messing around with Troy, but maybe we can execute some divine nerd justice here. So Troy's going to come over here and try and save us. He's allowed to do this alone right now because there is no threat of Strangler. Wow, we were the last one to get rescued. That's unfortunate. So we have to ask, is the killer... What is the killer now? It could either be giant slasher or spider. It's probably not slasher. If I had to guess, it's probably... Most people seem to take giant spider Strangler. And again, I'm not entirely certain that this killer is, air quotes, good. He could very well be good, but what he definitely was aggressive. And certainly playing against an unmatched, non-pre-made group of people. Aggressiveness and playing as a character that definitely is empowered by splitting apart the group, so to say. Certainly an aggressive playstyle using that character would be very useful. Now what the giant is revealing here is that they keep dragging people into this boxcar in an attempt to give them less places to run away from. Go ahead and try and blind. That was weird. It seemed like we had the blind on that guy, but he turned away and apparently that counted as being okay. We're gonna go ahead and stall for time a little bit here. Just kind of run around, keep ourselves safe while sort of garnishing the attention of the giant here. It looks like he's blocking the objective, but really what we really get out of this is waiting like that, like we were, and that allows our other friend here to respawn. So even though he was like, haha, I'm puppy guarding the objective, we're going after the secondary here. So we're going to go ahead and craft some adrenaline. It does heal 15 HP on use, but more important to us right now, it allows us to sprint indefinitely, which will allow us to hopefully find a stairway down into the basement and rescue our friend, which I think I'm going very much the wrong way to do. But that's okay. Due to just the extremely cheap crafting cost of adrenaline, it's pretty okay just to use it freely. In fact, we're going to go ahead and just craft it again here. The Scout's 3 main options are adrenaline, shotgun, and... what is the third one? Third one's so bad I don't even remember what it was. Oh, it's not bad. the smoke grenade. Smoke grenade is more situational. It's probably a better end game item when you're trying to escape and you just want to smoke grenade the exit. It would also really help if I knew where we were going. We can have all the speed in the world, but if I'm not piloting ourselves correctly, then it's not going to do us much good, is it?
Your savior has arrived to get you.
Hopefully the giant just doesn't pop out of nowhere and kill us here. Okay. We managed to rescue one person. It's a game again, in spite of the way it started out.
Did you know
We only have 4 people now, which is unfortunate. It looks like somebody decided to quit. The difference between 4 and 5 is pretty apparent. It's a lot harder to get things done, lacking that other person.
Get ready to watch.
Mostly it's because if the killer does kill someone, I mean, 4 people is fine, but if the killer does kill someone, suddenly you're down to 3, and that could be pretty rough.
I've got +2 strength.
Okay, so it looks like we managed to rescue some people here. Whether that'll pay off in the long run, well, we don't really have much of an option. We need all 4 people alive here. So we're going to go ahead and adrenaline up and take off towards the objective. Looks like they're moving the objective down. One of our classmates just died there. We saw the killer. Yeah, okay. This isn't surprising. One advantage of adrenaline is normally you can't move very quickly while you're holding this. Oh, nice. The pipe bomb killed the giant. Normally you can't move very quickly while holding the blowtorch, but if you craft adrenaline and use it and then pick it up, you move pretty fast, in spite of holding a heavy item. So the real thing that's holding us back, though, is we're 5 minutes left on the clock, and we just finished our first objective. It's not looking good. Probably going to lose this on account of time.
And for my next trip, it's alive,
More than likely.
alive.
I'm going to go ahead and try and rescue Donnie here. That'll split up the giant's attention. Or I guess it's not the giant anymore. It's probably a strangler again. In fact, this is probably a bad idea because splitting the party just gives the strangler an opportunity to kill us one by
I'll
one.
have you out in a jiffy.
Okay, so at least we have the 3 of us here. Now, this piggy user going over to the objective is probably as good as dead. Wow, I'm surprised that the killer hasn't gone after them yet. Okay. I guess we have a chance. It's not a good chance. It really is.
And now we run.
We're probably just dead on account of time, is what it's going to come down to. Oh, interesting. He is the slasher. I wouldn't have expected that. The problem is, this is a pretty good choke point. This is going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult for us to even contribute to this fight. I'm going to try and hopefully get a blind here. Okay, we did get the blind, but the party didn't really capitalize on it. We have 1 assault, but we can't support the assault. I don't know what this medic is doing. She's just running up and down the stairway. She either needs to heal or get out of the way. I don't know what she's doing. We can run down here and pick this up, but it's probably suicide, because yeah, he's just going to come out and kill us again. The good news is we did adrenaline, so we can at least move a little quickly here, but it's just not very good. I mean, what are we going to do? We either have to force our way through this very narrow location against the slasher, which probably isn't going to happen. Okay, sounds like the slasher's up out there. Okay, so we went ahead and disarmed the traps to hopefully have a chance of bringing this thing down. So we can just grab it, but the problem is we're probably still dead here. Yeah, okay, he's coming after us. We're gonna go ahead and try and craft adrenaline, and we'll see if we can just bull rush the
It's alive.
bull rush the propane tank down to where it needs to go. I don't know if this is even feasible, but we're gonna try it. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and drop this, and then we are gonna rescue our friend. I feel like that gives us more action economy, if I may use that term in a game that is real time. Okay, so at least we have another person on the map. Killer is here, so we did give up our chance to open the door. I don't know which was the right call. Probably should have just opened the door, because right now we're just gonna lose because of the clock. Yeah, we have a medic and a scout. There's not much either of us can do.
Trap right there. Stay safe, friends.
Yeah, okay. It looks like Troy's gonna handle the blowtorch. But again, we have far too little time to do anything with this. With a minute 20, we're basically dead. And like, the best thing we could hope for is to get maybe a couple extra points by killing the killer. And maybe rescuing somebody if they pop up. Oh, I thought I crouched there. Whoops. Awkward.
Need to be not in this trap.
At this point, there's no real reason to do anything. The game's over. I guess we could try and save someone, but it's not gonna matter. I think what makes playing Scout tricky is because the game is killer hosted. It can be kind of difficult to know whether or not you're going to appropriately target the killer's eyes. Like right here, we're going to go for it. That was a pretty good hit. I mean, they were in a walkway. It seemed pretty obvious we were going to hit them in the face with a flashlight, but it can get a little frustrating, especially if the gameplay is getting intense and there's a lot of movement. It can be hard to know that even if you hit the killer on your screen with the light, perhaps the client, because of the latency, it hits somewhere else. I also don't really play anything but medics, so playing other classes and being able to give good advice to you is a little difficult for me, so keep that in mind, that certainly I know there's a whole world of improvement that we can definitely pursue here. We're going to keep playing a scout, though. It's hard to know sort of what the scout wants to do to contribute to the team. On the one hand, you do have the ability to carry objectives really fast, but that's in and of itself not really enough to justify playing scout. Because when you compare it to the other classes, all of the other classes like fulfill a very specific role. Assault lets you fight the killer. Medic is just good. Medic is just good no matter what you say. Like, Medic is always good. Because they can deal damage with pipe bomb, they can stun with the taser. There's really nothing about the Medic except for the flashlight that's bad. Everything about the Medic is good. Technician is sort of a niche role, but does have its uses. Allows you to barricade trapdoors, as well as the turret is pretty useful. Pills are pills. As long as you have 2 medics, you probably don't really need pills, but I don't know. I feel like the turret's pretty useful for technician. The turret and being able to barricade the floor grates. But then, of course, when you look at Scout, I mean, what does Scout do? Scout reveals hidden locations on the map where the killer may be, but that's sort of hit or miss, and honestly, if you're decent at the game, you're going to memorize where the kill spots are anyway, so you're just going to avoid them. So the Scout is okay. It adds some reassurance that yes, the killer's there, or no, the killer's not there. But it's not mandatory. It's also not really that beneficial that the Scout can carry heavy items a little bit faster. It is definitely beneficial, but it's just not mandatory. It's not like the medic's healing. Like, you can't replicate the medic's healing really easily in any other way. I mean, we already went over it. The other classes have their various methods of healing, but you know, like the healing just gives you a flat 10 HP. You can't argue with that. Whereas being able to carry the objective a little faster, I don't know. Like somebody else can always just pick it up and carry it. And that's the other problem, is that you're probably just going to let other people carry it at some point anyway. Because you have to craft your adrenaline, use it, and be at the objective, and pick it up, and carry it, and be in a position where all of that is feasible. So like not being chased by the strangler or the spider or something, not being in a place where you need to support your teammates. Kind of the most useful thing as far as supporting the team goes for the scout is just the flashbang. Being able to stun the killer for about 2 seconds is huge in a lot of situations. It's just I'm bad at it. It's so hit or miss whether I even get to pull it off. And even then, if your team doesn't capitalize, like we played medic, right? We used the taser, and the taser shocks the killer for about like what, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, somewhere around there. And that sometimes isn't enough time for the team to wake up and capitalize on helping out. So the scout being able to just do it for like 2 seconds is even harder for a group of non-pre-mades to capitalize on the killer's vulnerability. It's almost more useful to think of it as just a method of escaping the killer for a little while. So in some ways, it's almost like the scout's job should just be never to die. And I don't know, maybe that's what a good scout does. They just never die. They constantly juke and evade and blind and heal a little bit and run really fast and just waste the killer's time. Is that viable, though? I almost think it would just, like, the ideal team almost just seems to be 2 assaults, 2 medics, and 1 technician. Because the only disadvantage I could think from that is just you don't have somebody spotting for the traps. But that's not really that big of a deal. Yeah. I think the scout's in a weird place. So we didn't get to see it, but we already knew what the smoke bomb does. Smoke bomb's pretty good for the end of the game if you can get there. Adrenaline's good, very good. Don't get me wrong, adrenaline is a very good item, but only for the scout, not for the team. And popping yourself full of adrenaline doesn't do anything to the killer. It doesn't slow the killer down. It doesn't harm the killer in any way. So that leaves you with the scout's last item that they can craft, which is the shotgun. I think it might be the most expensive item in the game. It's 22 scrap. You get 2 shots with it. And there's just a lot going on for the shotgun. First off, obviously, it's a ranged weapon. It's also point and click. So you kind of have this guaranteed damage that you can deal. It's a shotgun. It has a pretty wide, generous range. It deals a decent amount of damage. It only has 2 shots, so 2 shots and then you're done. I don't know. I think it also comes with the benefit compared to like the medic's pipe bomb that you're not going to hit your party members with the shotgun. But it's very expensive. It's very expensive, and the scout is probably just crafting adrenaline anyway. Most of the time, the only time I use a shotgun is if I just have an excess of scrap, and I'll just craft a shotgun, but I'll still keep crafting adrenaline. And what you have to do then is you craft the adrenaline, you use it, and then you pick the shotgun back up because you drop it whenever you craft the adrenaline. Looks like we're stuck in the queue here. We're waiting for other players. I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and when it picks up, I will reset it.
Need to get some gears to get them moving again.
Okay, looks like we managed to finally get in.
Top of the tower.
Again, we're going to keep playing a scout. Hopefully we won't have such a bad game. I'm not really sure what we'll be doing. Our crafting is super cheap. So what do? Do we grab 8 scrap and then immediately go for the objective?
For later?
Or instead, do we respect the possibility of Strangler? I don't really know. Oh! Gotta stay away from those kill zones, man. Alright, so it is Spider. We're safe to travel on our own then. We don't really care. Yeah, gotta watch out for those kill spots. I mean, I know it was easier for us to see it because we're scout, but still, that's a pretty common one.
Some creatures seem to remain alive here. It really, really, really smells in here.
Is this a dead end? No, of course not. No, we can go this way. I think this is probably the map that I know the least. Sounds like the spider's behind us. Just hit us with acid. That's fine. We're gonna try and waste the spider's time. Yeah, see, apparently that was that counted as hitting the spider on the side. With the flashlight, which did not do us anything. Yeah, I think we just want to get we just want to be annoying as scout. We just kind of want to get the spider's attention, mess with the spider. Let's keep following him. Make it so that the spider can't escape into predator mode. Look at that. As long as we're looking at him, he can't escape. So we're gonna just keep wasting his time. Ah, he got away. And maybe that's what Scout needs to do. They just need to keep an eye on the predator. Or killer, what am I saying? Wouldn't surprise me if the spider just rolls in right through this door. Why did Chad close the door like that?
Trap right there. Stay safe, friends.
Anyway, pretty sure that's a giant kill spot, so we don't need to worry about it. And that might be a spider kill spot. That would be my guess. Okay, got one blowtorch down. Oh, okay. So, see, I can't tell if that actually counted as hitting with a flashbang or not. We also probably need to go find about 5 more scraps so we can have adrenaline on hand. Is this a... No, that's nothing. It looks like there's some up here.
Thank goodness for my eagle eyes.
Now what is this? This is probably another spider kill spot. Or maybe a giant? No, it's Strangler. There's the vent. Okay, so we got our scrap. At this point, extra scrap just kind of translates into maybe building up for a shotgun. Okay, this guy got himself in trouble. Go ahead and try for the blind. Yeah, I think that worked. Because the spider was attacking and then stopped. It isn't very apparent for the spider if you successfully tag them or not. They don't seem to have like a really obvious sound effect cue. That sort of just lets you know, like, oh, hey, you hit them. This is a little annoying. We're trying to get the spider's attention. I was hoping we could get the spider to look at us. Oh, come on. I don't know if we... No, we didn't really do anything there. I think we just maybe delayed for a couple seconds. So it was interesting. We were able to kind of make a save there, and maybe that's also what the scout can do. The scout can run in, blind a killer, and then kind of run in for the save.
Collecting these. Taking something. Somebody stop.
I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm starting to understand it. You keep yourself safe because you can spawn out traps. You're very mobile. And unless you're fighting the Strangler, you're relatively safe if you go off on your own. Because you can always either flashbang or adrenaline sprint your way to safety. Again, though, if you're fighting the Strangler, you're just as doomed as any other survivor. Which... Is that good? Should the scout... I'm just thinking, like, mechanically, should there be something that allows the scout to sort of fight against the Strangler? Probably not. I mean, that would... If that were the case, then the Strangler would just be really bad, I think. Well, we didn't go over this, but there's sort of an expensive way that Assault can fight against Strangler, and that is by building football helmets. Because when the Strangler goes to chain, Assault, they grab the helmet instead of the character. But again, that's a pretty pricey way to keep yourself safe. I think it's like 16 scrap, and it's just one extra hit. It makes a lot more sense if you just have your party stick together. I'd rather push spacebar than pay 16 scrap. We're making good progress this time. We're 9.5 minutes in. We already are down to the last 2 objectives. I'm feeling pretty good about this. That doesn't mean things can't go south, though. It sounds like, judging by those sound effects, it sounds like the spider's coming back. Or did we never kill the spider in the first place? I don't know. We're gonna go ahead and try and do the objective. I don't know if this is right. I don't know if maybe we should be the ones going back and saving our friends, but this is how we're gonna handle it. No, I want the... There we go. Oh, we probably should have taken the adrenaline first. Hold on. We'll take this, and this will give us a little bit of speed while we're carrying this thing. Nice, the technician boarded up the floor grate there. A little bit of lag. This is looking good. Wherever the killer is, I don't think their eyes are set on us right now. We have the technician and us. Oops, that was not what I meant to do. In fact, that's going to be really bad if the killer shows up and our flashbang is on cooldown. We'll go ahead and 99 this. And... yeah, I don't know. Where's the team, I guess, is the real question. We're gonna go ahead and leave it there. Did the killer just give up? It's kind of what it seems like. We haven't seen him in a while. We could craft it. Oh gosh, Troy decided to turn the crank for some reason. Oh, that was scary. Sounds like somebody fell off. It might have been Troy. I don't know if they knew what they were doing. We could go for a smoke bomb if the killer is here. Okay, so just the slasher. We're not afraid of the slasher because all he can do is damage. He can't, like, pick you up and throw you or knock you over, so... yeah, and I think Troy probably died because he tried to fall down the... he tried to jump down those rafters and then accidentally slipped and, missed. So that was a pretty good game for the survivors. A little bit of a wash, really. Not that the killer wasn't getting kills every now and then, but yeah, the killer only played Spider and Slasher, and we only killed him once. So that wasn't as exciting of a game, I guess I would say. It seemed more like the killer wasn't exactly sure what they were trying to do. I assume they got split off, like when we did those 2 gears, because we did both the gears, didn't we? And it seemed like maybe the killer was trying to puppy guard the closets, or whatever you want to call them. The locations where you can rescue your teammates. And that just let us do the objectives practically unmolested. There has to be a better word than that. Unabated. At any rate, we'll go ahead and jump into the next one. So I'm starting I really do feel like I'm starting to... I know it was just that one game. Maybe that's all it takes, right? When you go against a killer who knows what they're doing and they're just crushing it, it can kind of be hard to like, learn what you should be doing. But it seems like the scout's job is to waste the killer's time. They seem to have a lot of good tools for it, too. And then if the killer is completely ignoring the scout, if they're like, okay, the scout isn't worth my time, then the scout never really needs to use their adrenaline. And what happens is their scrap builds up over time, because they're not needing to use it to heal. And then they craft a shotgun. So it translates over to damage. Either you're letting the scout waste your time, or the scout is building up towards the shotgun.
Need some blowtorches. I can use those.
I feel like I'm overselling the shotgun. It's good, but it's not like the shotgun one hits a killer, or even two hits a killer. The damage is probably comparable to a pipe bomb. It's good, but again, you can't expect... You're not gonna 1v1 the killer with scout, or something crazy like that. Okay, so what we did last time, we got the same map, it's a clock tower map. What we did last time seemed to work, so we're going to do it again. We're just going to get up to the point where we have 8 scrap, we're going to craft our first adrenaline, and then we're just going to go straight for the objective and watch out for the killer. Again, if it's Strangler, we're in trouble. I don't know why. I really do feel like all killers should just go Strangler first. Sort of feel out the water of the survivors, because if the survivors are the kind of... That sounded like... That laughter sounds like the Strangler. Okay, let's If that was the Strangler... Yeah, it's the Strangler. It's just... He's emoting over there for some reason. I don't know what he's doing. It's almost like he's taunting us. Sam really shouldn't be going towards him. This is bad. Like, Sam, what do you... I don't know what's going on here. What's going on here? What is this guy doing? I legit don't know. Alright, yeah, okay. I guess we just ignore that. Somebody's just having fun today, and that's okay. I'm okay with someone just having fun. I feel like if that's how they want to play right now, that's fine.
A few necessary components.
Okay, it looks like he went for a chain, but we dodged behind the garden wall. Could be also that he's mind gaming us, trying to get our... Oh, there's only 2 people here. Why on earth are there only 2 people in the queue? Well, that's annoying. Kind of feel like we should just go find some spiders and kill ourselves, because I really don't know what's happened here. So unsurprisingly, he's going to start messing with us here. I'm just going to pretend that we're AFK, because otherwise we'll get penalized for leaving. If we leave. And the spiders here will kill us, which is nice. So even if the Strangler tries to be scummy and keeps chaining us, the spiders will eventually do the KO. Actually, we could walk over and the pipe bomb kill ourselves. Yeah, that's probably the right way to go. Obviously, this isn't a... This is not what you would expect from a normal game. And we don't really have an out. Sam is trying, for some reason, to win. Either she didn't read the chat, or she just doesn't care that there's only 2 people in the map. Oh, no. Looks like she's just goofing around. Kind of wish she would just let the Strangler kill her, though, at this point. I don't I feel like this is a waste of everyone's time. No, don't save me. What are you doing? Alright. Now, tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and just pause this one out because this isn't the real game, and we'll come back when we're in an actual game. Okay, guys. Originally, I was just going to quit, or rather, let ourselves die. For some, I felt like this had to be shared. For some reason, this Sam is playing as a medic. And I've been pretending to be AFK. The Sam is playing as a medic and healing us, and the Strangler has been pulling us across the entire map, dragging us up to the top of the bell tower. I think they want us to escape. I kind of just want to see how this plays out. Seems pretty goofy. But he's been dragging us up to the top of the entire bell tower and has been letting Sam complete the objectives. I think at this point, I don't know. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I guess what we do is if Sam actually manages to crank the final objective, we'll go ahead and take it, but this is so silly. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Good Guy Strangler? Is that a thing? Is Good Guy Strangler a thing? Again, I don't want to move because I don't want to pretend like I don't want the jig to be up, right? I don't want it to be revealed that we're actually here watching this. I kind of want to see what they're gonna do on their own. He's trying so hard to pull us up the stairs.
I've got a bandage if you need.
And Sam is just healing us. Uh-oh, looks like he's giving up.
Sorry. Can you stop as I
Do
can?
you think we can get away with crafting a
Wanna get out
a
of
smoke bomb? Oh, we just died. Oh, that's weird. I guess you just die after a while.
We really have to go.
Huh. So that's something I didn't know. Apparently, I don't know. There must be like an AFK timer.
The gate is
Perhaps it was that, yeah, I don't know what was going on there. Good Guy Strangler. I think that's the moral of the story to take away. Not everyone who plays Strangler is a scumbag. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Not only is this Good Guy Strangler, we AFK'd and got a legendary skin for the smoke bomb that we tried to craft and immediately died for being AFK. You are kidding me. I can't make that up. We had a 5% chance because Sam decided to stick in the game, healing us, trying to get the Strangler to pull us up the entire bell tower, and we captured it on camera. And we got a legendary skin out of it. I feel like there's a moral in this story, but I feel like I don't deserve it. That's for sure. I don't know. You have got to be kidding me. Let's jump into the next game, shall we? Good grief. Might as well equip that, I guess, since we're playing Scout. That seems so undeserved. We didn't deserve that in any way in the slightest. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's equip I think we have to, by default... Oh my goodness. And it's the... So I know it might be a little hard to see on your screen. It's the industrial strength lubricant. And has a picture of a guy assuming the position. If you saw it there. I don't think the irony could be any thicker than that, considering how much we were just dragged along that entire map. Wow. Scripted. Scripted, I think, is what the kids say these days. Scripted. Alright, guys, I don't think we're ever going to unequip that skin for the smoke grenade. That's just going to be permanently equipped forever for a scout. The day Good Guys it will be a commemoration of the day Good Guys Strangler and Just Want Friends Sam pulled us to the top of the clock tower.
Use those to open up the sewer doors and make our way to the bell tower. Then
And we died,
the doors
but
open. We
yeah,
need to get some gears
no.
to get 'em
Alright,
moving again.
let's get back in
Then
this.
we'll
Let's
still
get
need to get to the
mindset
bell
back in the
tower.
game. Final game is Scout, probably, for the day. I don't even know anymore. I don't, what, I feel like Karma is gonna turn around and kick me in the butt probably later because of it. We got something very much we didn't deserve, and now we're going to get punished for it later. I don't know.
Fucking stay out.
I'll take these for later.
Alright, so again, beginning of the match. Oh, cricket bat. Okay, we'll use a cricket bat. These are some of the randomly spawning items that they added in the last patch. Cricket bat kind of sucks. It's like, I think it only has 3 hits before it breaks. But assumably it does more damage. Ooh, okay. Killer's down here. We gotta be careful, because it's just us and Sam. Oh, okay, no, there's 3 of us. We should be okay. Still don't know who the killer is. We should really swap to our...
For Sam.
We should really swap to our scouter. What are they doing?
There's another trap.
Why'd they go that
Watch out,
way?
guys.
What is that? Is that the spider? Spider killed it? How do you avoid that one? Okay, so the predator is here. We saw the red bloody footprints. We're 1 scrap away from crafting adrenaline. All 4 of us are here. I'm gonna go ahead and sneak over here and grab some scrap. Because I really just want at least 1 adrenaline for the upcoming fight.
This is the work of a moment.
And I don't feel like we're contributing anything right now by flanking the objective holder.
Alive.
Ah, but we can't hold... Okay. Can't hold the cricket bat and the adrenaline. That's sad. Okay, sounds like this is a giant. Oh, what am I saying? It's a slasher. He's right there. I thought that was one of our teammates. We're gonna grab this scrap because we're a scumbag. And then we're gonna try and blind this guy because it's really the only thing we can contribute to this fight. There we go. Okay, that should buy the team enough time to escape.
Some creatures seem to remain alive here.
We're gonna go ahead and use our adrenaline and run and grab that cricket bat, and then probably die because we might get cornered. No. Okay, we're fine. What? That sounded like a proximity grenade.
Hey! Not sure you noticed, but he's dead.
Who said that? Was that Sam? That's hilarious. Okay, so I guess they killed the slasher. I'm not really sure how. Sounded like the slasher really did step on a proximity mine.
I'll take
Okay, so we know the player has slasher. We don't know if they have spiders, so we really got to stay away from these kill zones.
Perfect. Get ready to watch.
Unless that's a skylight kill zone.
Another
Yeah, this is skylight. Never mind. We're safe from that. Can't be slasher again for a little while. Ooh, oh, we're being followed. Shoot. Okay. So the killer is over here somewhere. We still don't know who they are. If they're Strangler, I'm... Whoa! They're Spider. They are Spider. So we really gotta watch out for those kill zones. Like that one. No, that's not a Spider kill zone. That's a Strangler kill zone. Okay. shoot. I itched my nose for a second. Oh gosh, we're dead. We're just dead. I don't think we'll get out of this alive. Oh my goodness, what are we doing? This is a terrible place to craft. We're just asking him to die. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and try and blind this guy. Try and help out our team. Didn't work. We're gonna try and hit this guy with a cricket bat. Wow! We got him. Oh, acid! Acid! No! Wait, we disconnect. I think the killer rage quitted. I think that's what that was. I think he was just done at that point. Wow. That's kind of funny. I mean, to be fair, we killed him twice, and I don't think he killed a single one of us. So, does that count for Dream Team? Probably not. I would imagine that the killers just would leave in that scenario to prevent people from getting Dream Team. Yeah, it doesn't count as Dream Team. You have to escape. That's pretty funny. Alright. I guess we have time for... Well, do we? No, I think this is where we're going to call it for the day. What a weird day. I guess that's what happens when you try and record when you just have no clue what kind of games you're going to get. We got a really bad Strangler game to start off with. We got a very odd Strangler game, and we had a game where we washed against a DCing killer. But, oh well, whatever. Hope you enjoyed watching. That was Scout. I guess I understand Scout a little better now. I feel like I didn't realize Scout was the one who got the smoke grenades. So now I know that Scout is definitely the class that can kind of secure locations. And they definitely seem like their purpose seems to be to waste the killer's time and just never die. Or at least be so evasive that if they do die, they're wasting a lot of the killer's time. Shotgun, we never really crafted it. I don't think we ever really needed to. We would have never really seen an advantage for doing so. But I guess we could have. I don't know. It seems like if you craft shotgun from Scout, it's probably because you're already winning the game. And of course, last but not least, is the adrenaline itself, which apparently doesn't have skins, interestingly. So the adrenaline is just adrenaline. But anyway, hope you enjoyed watching some rather odd games. Have a great day, and watch out for those giant spiders out there. Take care.